Why is it overrated? You know what I mean?
One out of 100. XM is some kind of fundamental
Okay, welcome to South Africa and Africa's #1 business podcast. It's more than just money. I'm your host, Witness Mtaka. I love the fact that today, with this conversation we're going to be having, I have an audience with me. I get very energized when I have people with me in studio. We are shooting live. Well, it's not live, it's recorded from Johannesburg, South Africa, at the Southern Sun Hotel in Rosebank at the It's More Than Just Money Business and Property Seminar. Now, as you may know, if you've been following the work of It's More Than Just Money, you know that we dive into conversations with industry leaders, entrepreneurs, business people, and change makers that are making a difference in the South African business landscape as well as abroad. And the person that I'm sitting with right now is a remarkable entrepreneur that is built from the ground up. She is an analyst by profession or by study. She's got a PhD, so she's a doctor. So we can call her Dr. Vivian. Did you tell these people you're a doctor? Or you forgot? She's got a PhD. Her name is Dr. Vivian Mokome. She is the founder of Dignity Pets, one of South Africa's fast-growing sanitary pets companies. And her background obviously has been in the direct sales or what we call network marketing business. She's grown a team of over 500,000 salespeople while working for another company that's a sales and marketing company whom I will not mention on the platform. I'm sure you don't want me to mention them. No free airtime.
Yes.
Welcome to It's More Than Just Money again.
Thank
we were
you.
talking earlier and I said to you that the first time when we had our conversation on It's More Than Just Money, there was just a couple of subscribers willing to listen to you. Now I think you've got a very good audience that is really ready to rehear your story again. And you know, a lot of people, when they look at people like you, they will see the helicopter. You told them you've got a helicopter. They'll see the helicopter and the nice cars and the nice houses and the lifestyle. That's the glory part of things.
Yeah.
But they hardly take time to ask, what's the story? You know, I think for me, the most important thing more than the glory is the story. Whenever I see someone like you, I always tell you, ask Viv, what's the background behind this thing? Because the glory is good, but the story is the one that helps us to build something out of what you have. So what's your story?
Wow, thank you so much. It's really good to be back again. You were talking about the video, the poor quality video. Trust me, that video is still trending till today. Many life has been changed as a result of that video. I still get many people that are sharing that video till today.
So they send you messages
about it till today. Many lives have been changed as a result of that recording. People are now encouraged and inspired to sell than never before.
Wow.
So it wasn't bad after all.
It wasn't bad after all. Give us a round of applause.
Yeah. And you are correct. Half the time we only show the results. We don't show the process, what happens behind the scene. And when people, they look at us, they think it's easy. I get that a lot. Many people, when they look at me, makeup and all their hair, they think it's easy, but they don't know the amount of rejection that I face on a daily basis. Sometimes, I hate month end because it is that time of the month where I need to stress about money, making sure that I have enough money in our bank account to pay our staff, to pay our sales agents. And it's also not easy. Building teams is not easy. It's not easy building teams. You lose people along the way. There are some that will get discouraged because it's not easy. Selling, it's not easy, you know. So as a CEO, you have to invest now money and time into personal development of those people, you know, so that they are equipped and they have the right knowledge, product knowledge, and the right skills to move your products from your warehouse to the consumer. So those are the things that people we don't share about those things. I mean, last month we were also worried about the sales that we've made. And the staff, they don't care whether you made sales or not. They want their bonus. They want their salary. You understand? So those are the things, the challenges that I face on a daily basis, which I hardly talk about.
So it begs the question, right? You were already successful
Yes.
before you started Dignity. You had a long stint in network marketing.
Yes.
That's how you became a millionaire for the
Yes.
first time in network marketing. You already had your money. You already had the reputation.
Yes.
Why did you have to take up a challenge of setting up your own sanitary pad business when you could have continued to make money nonetheless in the other model that made you a millionaire in the first place?
I like what you just said. I already had a reputation, you know, so I used that at my advantage, that I have a reputation and I have the finances to start now my own. Because what I had, it wasn't my own. It was a product that belonged to someone else, you know. So, I mean, I already had the capacity. Why not? Why not have my own? I mean, an entrepreneur is someone that identifies the problem, the gap. There was a gap. The product was not mine, and the product was not designed for an African market. It was designed for Asian market. So there was a need for an African product. I identified that, and I capitalized on the fact that I was already a brand. I had a network, and I had the finances. So why not start my own, a legacy for my children? Because dignity is something that my children and the next generation, that's what we talk about, wealth creation. That's what my children and the next generation to come, they can leverage on. You know, I needed something that I can be remembered for. I wanted history. I mean, this dignity is a history, something that will go in the books of history. People will never forget. I want people to remember that there was a woman that identified the gap, that Africans, they needed an organic sanitary napkin. Then I came up with that. I mean, when people talk about Vivian, you cannot talk about Vivian and not mention dignity and not mention organic sanitary napkin. That was the aha moment. But when I was still selling the pad for someone else, no one will remember that. Yeah, they'll remember that Vivian made money. But is that all? I needed a life of a purpose. And I think with dignity, I'm living that, a life of a purpose. Something that we witness and the next generation, they will remember that there was a woman in South Africa who did this and that and changed the lives of people. So through my project, which is Dignity, I'm able to do what I couldn't do with the previous company. Now this is my company, and I'm able to take the critiques. If people are criticizing the product, it is hell, my product, I can change it. If they're saying they need 6 wings, I can design 6 wings. With the other company, I couldn't do that. So with this one, I'm able now to achieve the best of Vivian to help the next woman.
So could you maybe delve into something that you just said, which speaks to control?
Yes.
That in the other company,
that.
no matter what the criticism was,
I didn't have a control.
though you were making money,
There was no control. There was no ownership.
there's nothing you could have done about the
There's
changes.
nothing I could have done about it.
Why is that so important to you?
It is important to me. Like you said in your introduction, I already had a brand. You know, not a brand. I mean, I've already created the reputation for myself. So now if I don't have a control over the product, it's easy for my reputation to be damaged. Do you understand? So now with Dignity, I have control. If people are criticizing the product, then I'm able to change it to suit the market. That's the control that I'm talking about. And that control, in a way, indirectly will also benefit the brand, will also grow this brand. Where else with the previous company, I never had control of that.
So as you're talking, right, and especially when you mentioned the fact that you already had a brand, you already had the money.
Money, yes.
So meaning you had worked to the part where you've become rich. And now it feels and it sounds like you are willing to sacrifice the riches to build wealth.
Yes. Yes. That's it.
Why is that sacrifice worth it?
When you build wealth, it's not for now. There was a recording that I did.
Is riches for now? Before that, you tell me about the recording.
I think so. I stand
Is
to be
riches
correct.
for now
It
and
is
wealth
now.
for long term?
Yes, for long term, for the next generation.
Okay,
Yes.
tell me more.
I was saying this to my kids. I might not benefit the way I want to with this project that I'm currently working on. But definitely, one thing for certain, the next generation will benefit from it. They will reap the rewards from this. So it is worth it. It is worth every sacrifice that I made. The riches that I had with that company, it was only benefiting me then temporarily. But with this is a legacy. I mean, I'm about to bring the plant in the country. It has never happened. We never have an organic biodegradable plant in South Africa. This is bigger than Vivian. Think of the amount of women that have partnered with me. We're now thinking farm where we can plant the cotton wool, our own cotton wool. We might not benefit, but the next generation will benefit from this. This is the generational wealth. I mean, today you cannot talk about sanitary napkin and not mention dignity. You can't. You talk about sanitary napkin, you'll mention dignity. Isn't it that? The wealth that we're talking about?
Absolutely. And I'm sure a lot of people have seen or know about your success.
Yes.
But what are some of the struggles that are there that people don't know anything about? When they see you in your makeup, in your business suit, you getting deals done. What are some of the challenges that you've gone through to get to where you are that people are not aware of?
Yeah, there's a lot. Not everyone that I started with, not everyone that you start with, you'll finish with them. I lost many people along the way. Some didn't buy. Okay, they bought into the vision in the beginning. But remember, because there was no money, some fell off. You lose people along the way. I was rejected as well by many people when I presented this. They loved it. They loved the idea in the beginning, but when it's time to fund the idea, you get stories. And I will hear things. I mean, in the beginning, I will hear things like, because my project was in the phase approach. I used the phase approach where I was importing the product first into the country just to test the market. I didn't start with a big bang. It made business sense for me to use the phase approach to import first.
Phase approach.
Yeah, the phase approach to import first. Then once the product is received well, to move into the second phase, which is the assembling the product here. And the last phase was the plant. So for me, it made sense to do it like that than just go big bang. Because if I went with the big bang, it would have meant that I must wait for 2 to 3 years before launching the product. And by the time you decide on launching the product, maybe someone would have had the same idea, So I said to the team, let's start with whatever we have, which means the little resource that we were using. Then I got, for me, I thought that was a great idea, but I was rejected. I mean, I heard stories like, and this was from women. You'll be shocked because most people that are supporting dignity, it is men than women. I expected women to be the one that are buying into this. But to
I
my
get we are
surprise,
buying for our girlfriends now.
no. To my surprise, it is men that are buying for their girlfriends, not women. I mean, I heard a story from one organization, and this is a big organization that I looked up to. I went to them, because I understood the influence they had in our country. So I went to them and I said, hey, there's this product with your backup and your buy-in, this thing can explode. They were like, yeah, we'll support you.
I can
But-
mention them. Are they, is it ANC?
Yeah, it's ANC Women's League.
Okay.
You'll get me into trouble. I went to them. It's Women's League, it's a ruling party. They have the majority. So I went to them, I presented this product. They were excited. They loved the presentation. The presentation was great. But after the presentation, their leader said, why should we support her? She's not manufacturing here. But I did explain why I was not manufacturing here. At that time, it didn't make business sense for me to manufacture the products in the country because having a plant here, it meant serious financial muscles that needed to be injected into the project. And because of that, they rejected. They decided.
Why didn't they inject the funds?
Exactly. That's what I heard. But my team, they thought I would be discouraged when I heard of the news. But I was excited. I was excited. When people talk about the product, it's a good thing. It means they know that it's a good product. They've heard about it. They know that there is potential. Because otherwise, if it's a useless thing, they won't talk about it. That's why people were criticizing you because they saw the value in what we were doing. And that's why they were criticizing the sound and the quality of the video. Otherwise, if there was no potential in what we were doing, they were not going to critique that. So the same thing with ANC Women's League. So when they were criticizing what I was doing, I was happy and I responded. I responded back to them. I said, I'm a businesswoman. It didn't make business sense for me then to have a plant. But now, because the product is out there and the streets are not monopolized, then I'll bring the plant. That's what I said. That was my response to them. So they thought I'll be discouraged. I will not continue with the project. But we continued with the team. The team grew. Even the retailers that rejected us in the beginning, they came and they approached me now to say they want the products into their shelf. They love the story behind Dignity.
So when you look at your journey over the years, what are some of the key principles that you think have guided you in building yourself up in your financial success?
Perseverance. If I didn't persevere, I don't think I'll be where I am today. And consistency in doing the same thing over and over again. If there's one thing about Vivian is that I'm a very consistent woman in what I do. If I'm saying we're going to sell this thing, whether you buy it or not, witness, I will sell that product. We'll knock into different doors. And it's a spirit that I believe most of my team members, they've inherited that. I don't think if it wasn't of that. And also being disciplined, because the problem with most entrepreneurs, it's a lack of discipline, My partner and I, you'll be shocked, for the first 6 months of the existence of Dignity, we're not getting paid.
You were rich, Mus. Why would you get paid?
We still needed money. We still needed the money. But most of the money that we had, and trust me, there was no funding. There's no funding, there was no tender, nothing into this project. We're using our own resources. So for the first 6 months, we were investing and plowing back into the project. That's a discipline.
Yeah. You said the same thing to me before when we were having our own meeting. We were talking about one of our products, and you said to me, Witness, give this thing consistent 6 months.
Yes.
And see. Why is this 6 months threshold important to you?
I guess from my side.
You emphasize it a lot.
Yes. Give it 6 months. I guess I took it from corporate because it's the same thing in corporate. They know that when you start your job for the first 6 months, they're just paying you salary for nothing. You're just learning there. They know that. Then after 6 months, you're expected to deliver. So the same thing in a project as well. Give it 6 months. Do the same thing every day. I will still wake up every day, 5 a.m. My meetings are starting at 5 a.m. every day with the team. Sharing all the different nuggets that I believe they need to carry their day, their daily task. I did that without getting a salary. And my partner, there was no salary as well. But we're doing that every day. We'll show up every day. You understand? Because the money, we knew that eventually, we believed in the product so much that we were even willing to risk it all. You understand? We knew that as soon as this thing, it can reach now the end consumer and the people, they start loving the product and they buy, coming back to buy for more, then we are gone. So it was worth it, worth all the risk. Waking up every morning from 5 a.m., being consistent with training, investing our time and money into personal development, having different speakers that were coming on board to train our sales agent. We did that. And today, now, the system is on autopilot. It's on autopilot, and which I think it's something that many small businesses, they lack. Your first month, you want to earn a salary. You want to buy now that expensive car. You want to now buy those expensive clothes. You want to show that now you've made it. But in our case, it wasn't that. The first 6 months, it was the sacrifices that we made into the business and our team. I always say this, and I'm going to repeat this. When we know better, we do better. When we know better, we do better. And if people are equipped with the right knowledge and the right skills and they know what is expected of them, trust me, they will no longer become a liability to your company. Then they become an asset. And many CEOs, they are missing that. They don't want to invest in that. That's why every month in Dignity, you were there last month, we are hosting these events. These events is an investment. We know that once our people, they are at the level where we want them to be, then the business will be on autopilot. Because when they go out there, they sell this product. It's an extension of who we are, me and my business partner. And if they don't have the right tools, it's now an extension again of us. So isn't it better to invest in those people?
It is. And it makes me wonder as you're talking, because you mentioned some of the mistakes, but I want to know in depth, maybe 4 or 5 mistakes that you think business people make when getting into business or wanting to scale and grow a business.
Is to think that they will make most is to think that they will be return, they'll get the return within a year from their investment. That's a mistake many
Don't
do.
we all want a return within a year?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
But it's not always the case. It's not always the case. And it's also to think that we need to grow, we need to go big. I didn't have an office until last month. Do you know that?
Well, I know that.
No, you didn't know. You thought I have an office.
You told me. You told me when we met
Oh,
last
okay.
time.
Yeah, but I didn't have an office.
Yes.
I was working from my study.
You said you work on your phone. Your
My
phone
phone,
is your
yeah.
laptop.
I was using my phone in my study at home. I didn't have a PA. People thought I have a PA.
So how did you work with 1,000 people across?
I would lie and say I have a PA, and then I'll get my husband to answer and respond to messages. I was saving the cost. They thought I have a driver. I fired my driver when I left the other company. But nobody knew all of those things. But it was part of the sacrifices that I had to make to grow this brand. Only last
Did
month.
you fire the pilot as well?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you see me with a chopper now?
I don't.
No, you don't.
Because
So
I know I can coach you. This is what Vivian says. When I wake up in the morning, I choose whether I call the driver or the pilot.
Those were my challenges before.
Yes.
Before I had my own company. So after I had my own company, now priorities were different now. I had to change now. I had to change how we're doing business.
Financial sacrifice.
Exactly. Those were the financial sacrifices that I have to make. And beside, one thing that I learned to master, I understood that perception is everything. That's the truth. Perception is everything. And I wasn't going to compromise on that. And I wasn't going to announce that there's no longer a driver. You understand? And I wasn't going to announce that there's no office. What we did last month, we're actually opening our office. But nobody knew about that. People, they always thought we have an office. We didn't have an office. So now the business is doing well. It was time for office. But we could have started with an office and went big and all that, and later on bankrupted ourselves. It wasn't wise. It wasn't a smart move to do that. So my partner and I, we said, you know what? We'll share the office space that my partner had. Okay? until Dignity is at the point where it can afford its own operational space. Then from there, we moved into warehousing. Then in our warehousing, that's where we're doing our assembling. Then after the assembling, now we are busy now with business plans for the plant. And I remember many people used to ask me this, do you manufacture here? And my partner says something very important, and which is what I think in many businesses, they make a mistake of that of lying. My partner will say to me, don't lie, tell them the truth. We don't manufacture here, but we have a plan of having a plant here. Show them the plan, show them our plan, and show them a realistic plan. And which is what we did when we were going to all these meetings. We showed them the realistic plan until where we are today. And when people, they see that you have a plan and you're not lying, they believe in you and they are quick to invest into what you're saying. But if you are lying to them, eventually they will know that you are lying. And when you are spending more than what you are getting, it will also catch up with you, which is what many small businesses, they are doing. I didn't do any of those things. We didn't do that. We made those sacrifices. We never had an office. People kept on asking, where's your offices? Where can we collect the stock? And then I'll say to them, where are you? We can come and deliver. So what we did, we had sales agents that were all-rounder, that were going to different places to deliver the stock, so that we don't have to face now this question of where is the physical building. Then once we were ready with the physical building, then we were quick to announce that here we are, and we went for a posh area now because we could afford that. So we knew that perception is everything. Then we went to Sentin. So now when they ask where are your offices, we are in Sentin. Can we afford to be there? Yes, now we can.
Because a lot of people, when they start businesses, right, especially young people,
Yeah.
I go to the CIPC, register the business,
Yes.
get an office,
Yeah.
get a nice office chair,
The chair.
hire an assistant, and then wake up and say, Kana, I don't have sales.
Then you can't pay those people.
Yes. So, which means what you're actually saying is work on the business first, make it
Yes.
work, have the first customer, have somebody pay you.
Yes.
When you've made enough sales from that, then you can afford an office.
Now the business is paying itself. It's on
And,
autopilot.
and what role does mindset play in all of that? Because I feel like wealth creation or building wealth has a lot to do with one's mindset.
Yes.
There's no shortage of money, there's no shortage of opportunities. There's just a problem with mindset.
It's mindset and accepting your situation. I accepted our conditions that we cannot afford an office at that time.
But can it be that because you had lived the life you always dreamt of, you were okay with not having an office? Because, I mean, you lived a life where you could choose a chopper or to be chauffeured. You've lived. So whether or not you've got an office, it has no bearing on you.
It's not that. I'm grateful to network-based entrepreneurship. It has taught me that how you can use your phone to operate your business. So an office to me was not that important because for years I've been operating my business using my phone, like I told you. You understand? So I was used to that. So having an office, it was just for the next person because I know that, like I said, perception is everything. Our people, they believe in a physical building. So having an office, it was for our people so that they can trust that these people are legit, they are here to stay. But other than that, I was comfortable with operating my business using my phone and using my study. I was comfortable with that, but that was not okay for the next person. And also the risk in terms of my family. I can't use my home now to host all those meetings. So we needed an office for that. But other than that, Vivian was comfortable with that.
All right. Guys, if you are watching, you must remember that on the 5th of April, we've got the It's More Than Just Money Business and Property Seminar in Rustenburg at the Royal Marang Hotel. We have a speaker from Botswana who is going to be gracing us with his presence. His name is Ntate Mumpuluki Lerumo Mogobe, and he's going to be sharing his nuggets of wisdom with us on the day. And remember, if you haven't purchased the book, It's More Than Just Money, find a link in the description box and you'll be able to get your hands on one of South Africa's fastest best-selling books you'll ever read, one that's going to impact your life as it has impacted thousands of lives. So, Ausviv, I asked a question what role mindset plays in building wealth and success. I asked that because I want to understand your mindset when it comes to handling setbacks and failure. What do you do? How do you handle them?
You need to understand that they will be there. It's there. The setbacks are there. The journey of an entrepreneurship is a lonely journey. And I think I told you before that leadership is lonely. Being a leader, it is lonely. It's not an easy journey. So you have to be prepared. I was prepared for that. And it's because of
Then
my
you were
background.
preparing me. Tell them you were
Yeah, I
preparing.
was preparing you. Actually, you're right, I was preparing you because I was concerned about your book as well. That why is your book not moving from you to the end user? Prepared you for that. That witness, plug your book into direct sales model. Plug it. And I'm proud to announce that we have plugged this book into our sales model. Our sales agent, as they buy the pets, they also now required to buy this book. It's a must now. So the book, it is in our office. We are training our sales agent that as you buy the pets, buy this. And I'm not doing this for me, but I'm doing it for you. I wanted to show you the power of direct sales, the power of word of mouth, that why is your book sitting with you where else you can move it? And also to say, put it into practice, what we talk about, the sell something. That witness, oh hell, I forget these properties. We know this money, but it's not really stress. But there's power in moving this thing, just selling this product. And your product has been in my office for a week. We sold 10, we sold 20, already 20, gone. You gave me 100, ne? That 100 will be sold within 30 days. And that's a target that I give the team, that as you sell the pad, because I believe strongly in personal development. I believe in that. And I believe that there's so much they can learn from this book. So by taking the book, I was preparing you, and I wanted to show you that you are sitting on a mind goal with your book. There's many people that can benefit from this and use a system that many people, they look down on, which is the network-based entrepreneurship. Let's use what people they perceive as a delayered industry. Let's use it, Rona, to the best, to our advantage. And let's correct the pitfalls so that you can benefit and the next person that is reading your book, they can benefit from it. I mean, if we could sell 20 in less than 10 days, what's going to happen in a year? This book must be in every home. That's what I was trying to teach you, because I knew that you are new from this. That's a mindset. That's what I was trying to do here with you, to say mindset. When you see this book, don't see the book, but see your millions. Like when I saw the pet, I didn't see the pet, I saw my millions. I saw wealth creation. I saw the next generation benefiting from this. I saw this pet being in every home, not in South Africa, but in every home in Africa. The same thing with this book. It must be in every home. That was the challenge in a given moment. That's why I took it, because the pet and a book, they're not related. Because my team were like, how Mpati was moving now from pets and liner, you want us to sell books now? I said, no, I'm challenging someone. I want this person, because this person I can see, or he doesn't understand that he's sitting in a mind gold with this book, but I want to show him the system, the power in the system. The power in the system that we have created, the system that we've built in-house dignity from scratch. Because if this thing works, you're going to talk about it again. You're not going to talk about your book, but you're going to talk about Vivian. You're going to talk about Vivian and her system. That was the challenge. That's how I was challenging your mindset. Because this book, I had it for 2 years and it's not moving now at the rate that I wanted it to move. And that's why I had to challenge you, that witness, Arikis, we keep on saying sell something, but are we really doing that? Let's put it to practice.
Well, it means my team are outselling you by far, man. 20 books a week, we sell that in 1 hour.
No. But it's good. You're selling it in 1 hour. It's good. But you left it with us. No, it's not even a week. No, it's a week today because it was last week
It was
Saturday.
last week, yeah.
Yes, but I'm not aggressive yet.
Yes.
But remember what I said to you is I was challenging you. And you are also challenging me now when you're saying, don't do that. You must never challenge me. Or you're selling that in an hour.
I'm
Then
challenging
you want me now to go and sell.
give me a proper challenge, you know. I want to hear you come to me and say, Witness, I'm selling 1 million copies of your book a month. What are you doing?
Mamel, you are challenging a wrong person in a wrong platform. And don't do that. It's in a wrong platform. You'll get that. I thought we have done well with 20. So my team, they will be listening to this.
Precious, help
They will
Vivian.
listen to this. No. Now it makes sense. Or why she was impatient with me talking about the invoice. But I love what you have done. You are challenging us here live. And as soon as my team, they hear this, they will show you what can be done. But what is more important is for this book to be in every home. Because when I read this book, I was selfish. I felt, Tori, every African child should read this. And the fact that you have published this yourself, it's something. That when you said that during our conference, that was the aha moment. You published this yourself. That's a story. And that's why this book should be in every home. So challenge is accepted. The team, they are listening. We will sell more.
You
I will sell
don't back
more.
down.
Nah. No. There's one thing that you need to learn about me. And I think if you haven't learned it by now, if I start something, I see to finish. And winning is the only option. So give us your targets, your stats. We will double that.
Challenge accepted. So, I mean, when you look at your daily habits, what are the daily practices and habits that you think contribute to your success the most?
Daily habits that I do that contributes to my success. I don't know if I should share this in here, but I will. I'm a born again Christian, so I always speak life into my life and into my business every morning. I do affirmations and declarations every morning. I do that. And at first, I didn't want to share that with the team, but now I'm doing that. I'm forcing them to do that every time. When I leave my home, I speak what I want to see happening with my product. I pray for my product, and I encourage the team to do that all the time. I exercise a lot. I look after myself. I look after my body because that's the only thing that is carrying me, that is moving me from point A to point B. I do that. I meditate a lot as well. I eat healthy, and I make time for my family, which is something that I didn't have time for when I was still full-time employed. So I make sure that I spend more time than before with my two beautiful kids, especially my daughter. I want her, when she talks about her role model, it must be her mother before it's the next person. I want her, when they ask her, who's your role model, she must say it's my mom. I have a WhatsApp group. In that WhatsApp group is my daughter and my niece. Every morning, I share motivation notes with them. I want them, I'm brainwashing them to think there are only two rich people in this world, and that is God and Vivian. That's it.
Wow.
That's what I do to them. I do that to them. And that's what my dad did to me when I was young. He made me to believe.
My daughter says I'm richer than Elon Musk.
Yeah, which is good. That's what my dad did to me. He made me believe that there are two rich people in this world. That was him and God. And for years, I believed that. Until today, I still believe that.
Wow.
I still believe that. That's why I'll never finish. It's only now. I'll never finish an interview without talking about my father.
Yes, you
I'll
mentioned
never-
him even in the last one.
Yes. Because it's what he did to me. You understand? I remember even when I started my first job, When I wanted to resign, I said, let me ask my dad. And they were like, are you crazy? Why do you want to ask your dad? Or when I'm in trouble, I'm like, let me hear what my father has to say. And I remember my husband said, I'm tired of competing with this man. When will I stop competing with this man? And my father says, stop, you can't compete, because he knew what he has done to me.
He's brainwashed.
Yes. Then I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing the same thing to my daughter.
How important is brainwashing?
It's very important.
I think
Because-
my mother brainwashed me before she passed away.
Yes, it's
Since
very
I was a kid.
Yeah, because you know what? I don't want my children to look at wrong people as their role model if I'm there. Their mother, it must start with me. And also, it helps in terms of me having an influence into their life, because that's what my dad did. He has influenced my life. And I am the woman that I am today because of the words that he spoke into my life and things that he did. He was directly channeling me to what he wanted me to be, to become. You understand? So I'm doing the same thing with my daughter, indirectly so, because I don't want, whether we like it or not, the world will influence them. So I'll rather at home be the positive influence that my children need. So they see their mother selling, they see their mother working hard, they see their mother studying all the time. So they will value education, they will value the importance of working hard, because they've seen their mother waking up every morning, hustling, selling, not being ashamed of selling. I mean, I remember my son was asking me that, Mommy, if they ask me at school, what do you do for a living? What must I say? And I said, tell them your mother is a seller. Your mother is selling a pad, my son, for a living. Say that. Don't be ashamed. Say it like your mother is selling it. Your mother is a seller. So that's the influence that I want for my children, for them to value the importance of hard work, of making their own money, because they've seen their mother. I've seen my dad doing that. And as that affected me to a point that even when I had to get married, I had to look for the man that had the same qualities as my father. So Vivian will not sit in any environment that is not favorable because of, how I've been raised. If I stay in an environment, it's because I want to, not because of circumstances. And it's because of how my dad raised me. And the fighting spirit of my father, it is in me. Because my father will always say, and this is what he said to me, and I say it to my team, and that has molded me. He always said to me, nobody cares, my child. Nobody cares that you are black. Nobody cares that you are from a poor background. And nobody cares that you are a woman. People, they care about deliverables. Go out there and be the best that you can be. And never be happy that they've employed you because you are black or you're a woman in a position. Take that as an insult, my child. They need to employ you, or you need to be in that position because you can deliver. And that has shaped me till today.
So, hearing you, I can tell that you are self-aware, you are confident, you don't doubt yourself. What advice do you have for people that are dealing with self-esteem issues, self-doubt, and are probably battling imposter syndrome?
Witness, I'm going to turn this around and say it like this. You are a parent. I'm a parent. It's very important for parents to play a positive role to our kids. I didn't wake up and be like this. It's because of my dad. You understand the role that he played. That's why you cannot break Vivian. It will take a lot to break Vivian, because that man made sure that he equipped me. He builds my capacity. He was doing that since I was young. Then people that are having issues with their self-esteem, check their background, where they come from, what has been happening from
Can
there.
it be fixed?
It can be fixed.
How
It
can
can
they
be.
fix it?
Can be fixed. Look for a role model. I have, other than my dad, I have a mentor. You understand? Oh. Other than my dad, I have a mentor. Look for mentors. I do have that. I'm a mentee. Being a CEO, I'm a mentee. You understand? Beside my dad, so I have people that I still learn from, and people that are still coaching me. So the problem with most people is we do not want to look for coaches or We don't want to invest as well in courses such as this one, your personal development. Do that. I mean, I've learned a lot from the speakers that are here, and I made sure. What I'll say is to encourage everyone in here, make sure that you take the numbers, the business card of everyone that is here.
They
Start-
don't carry business cards, but it's fine. Do you guys carry business cards, Stan?
Stan has.
You've got a business card.
I've got from Stan.
Old school, isn't it?
Yes. I've taken his business card, and this is what I'm going to say. As painful as it can be, pay for those courses. Pay for them.
Pay for
those courses.
courses, yes.
Yeah, pay for them. Pay to be mentored by Stan. It is painful in the beginning. Pay to be mentored. So I didn't get their names.
Tate Mokgo.
Ntate Mokgope. Pay, do that. I'm blessed I had the father who did it. Ne? But apart from my dad, I'm still paying. I mean, I remember from 2021 until 2023, I was going to USA every year, booking a flight to go and attend these seminars. You understand? Do that. So Africans, we don't like doing that. We like free things, you know. So today,
I get Mandela promised you houses.
no, we don't want to do that. But today, I want to encourage you to do that. If Mr. Stan is charging you 40,000 or 50,000, pay for that. Don't look for freebies. Don't question why. Pay for that. It's painful in the beginning, ne? But let me tell you, later on, it's more like you building your capacity. It will help you. It will definitely help you in your career. It will help you in your journey. Today, when I'm losing teams or when people are leaving my company, I don't get hurt.
Because
Honestly,
it's not about you, is it?
no, it's not about me. Like, I don't even get offended. Trust me. When they leave, for me, it's more like, you know, it's the end of their journey, not my journey. And I'm grateful for what they've contributed. Next, who's the next person that we can hire? You understand that? I don't easily get offended. And now I know what we're looking for as well in our organization, who must be part of our company. And that's why immediately when you join Dignity, we make sure that you form part of the personal development. We invest money into that because I understand the power of that, of building that capacity of our people. So beautiful people invest. It can be fixed. To answer your question, it can be fixed, but it will take money. And it will
more
take a
than
lot
just
of
money.
money. It will take a lot of money for some of you and for some of us to do that, to fix that. Because remember, we're from the educational system that it has crippled many of us. You understand? And the government is also not helping because they're teaching us now to seek freebies. They
If you
also
could
not,
go back 10 years, ne? I feel like our government is getting a beating every day, guys. Let's give them a break for 2 minutes.
yeah.
We know, okay, let's give them the last punch. They are terrible. We know that. Right? So if you could go back 10 years, what advice would you give your younger self?
10 years. Wow. There's nothing to correct. I think my life, my journey has been the way it should have been. You know, I started from corporate. I learned how corporate it is. I've learned the culture. And then from corporate, I've resigned. I went and I started selling. It's been perfect, the way it should have been. There's nothing that I want to change. I don't want to lie and say, I wish I started selling back then. No. There are benefits that came with being in corporate. And there are benefits that came with being in that classroom, acquiring that degree for those years. If it wasn't of that degree, I don't think I would be grounded. I needed that degree. I needed to work for F&B for 10 years. I served my time. And based on that, I am who I am today. I needed to sell a pad that belonged to someone else for 5 years. It was 5 years of saving. And today, I have my own that I've designed, and I know how to handle those problematic employees. So there's nothing that I'll change. I think for me, it has been designed. My life has been designed the way it was perfect, the way it was. There were lessons. It wasn't perfect, but I've learned a lot throughout my journey, and I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful for selling someone else's pet. And I'm grateful to network marketing because if it wasn't of network marketing, I don't think I would be where I am. That is a jungle. Those who are in network marketing, they will tell you it might look easy, whatever, but it's a jungle. I call it a jungle. Imagine now being in a room with Stan, and Stan is saying it's a scam. You have to have a thick skin. If you're network, you understand? That's what I call, yeah. If I didn't have a thick skin,
You'd be offended.
I would have been offended. But instead, no, honestly, imagine if I didn't go
I was
through
worried
that.
on your behalf.
No. And instead, when he said scam, I said he's right. And I said, give me your business card. I want you to come and train my team. You understand?
Let's correct it.
Yes, let's correct it. You're right. It's a scam. It means there's a problem, but let's correct it because it works to some extent. If I became a multimillionaire because of the system, something is right. There must be something that is right, but there's a room for improvement. So imagine if I didn't go through that journey, I would have left here, or I would have came here and say, yeah, I disagree with you, sir. What do I do? Try to correct, using my presentation to correct him. But as I was sitting there, it was a learning curve for me. And I said, he's right. And it's what I've always been advocating for, to a point where I changed the term network marketing. I don't like saying it. I always say network-based entrepreneurship or a seller. It's safer like that when you're saying a seller, because they understand that there's a product. But when you're saying network marketing, I know what is going on to a mind of an ordinary person. So I understood what he was saying. I wasn't offended. I'm mature enough to know that, yes, it's a jungle. The industry on its own, it needs a lot of correction.
How do you balance ambition and personal well-being?
You have to balance that. Otherwise, if you don't strike a balance there, you'll find yourself with wealth, but nobody to share your wealth with.
You'll find yourself with wealth and nobody to share it with.
Yeah. You'll find yourself with all the monies and lonely. You can be rich, wealthy, and still be lonely. You know that?
I know, man.
You can have all the money and still be lonely. You understand?
Why is everyone laughing?
Balance. It's very important to balance. It's very important. I've learned that the hard way. In 2017 until 2021, I was chasing the wealth, being ambitious because I wanted to be the best in the space of network marketing. My son was 4 months old when I started. By the time I was done chasing money, my son was 5. I missed out a lot of his milestones. Was it worth it? No.
It was. He goes to school in a Maserati.
No, it wasn't. I missed out a lot. I could have, it wasn't worth it. I could have balanced. I could have learned. I wish I learned then how to strike the balance. Which these are the things, it's very important to strike a balance. There's no need for you to chase the money and you're lonely and your family, they don't get to see you. It's not worth it. For me, what is more important now is to make that money, print that paper, and be able to see my son playing soccer and my daughter when she's doing her drama. For me, that's a perfect life. Not Vivian chasing all the money and you've got no one. You're losing your family. Then that is not worth it.
Short, punchy answers. Ne?
Okay. All right.
Quick one. What's the best financial advice you've ever received?
Don't spend what you don't have.
One book that changed your mindset.
Your book. It's more than just money.
It's more than just money.
Yeah.
Morning routine or night routine?
Morning, prayer, declaration, affirmations.
Night routine?
Reading the Bible, connecting with my source, which is God.
Biggest myth about money?
Money is the root of all evil. You don't need money. Hey, we need money. We need money. You need money, and we need lots of it. Make lots of it. It's a lie that you don't need money. Money is not everything. It's a lie. You need money.
If you lost everything today, how would you rebuild it?
I've done it before, so I can do it again. If I was able to make my first million selling a pad, if I lose it, I'll go back and sell the pets, go to the drawing board, do the same thing again. I've done it before. Why not?
I love that statement. I've done it before.
Then I can do it again.
Yes. What's next for you? Any exciting projects that we should watch out for?
It's this one, I don't want to say it here.
I'm not lonely, man.
No. I don't want to say this one here. Okay,
I have
exciting.
someone to share my money with.
Yeah, but you need a woman as well.
I saw that what you were doing then.
Okay. Oh, wait. Exciting things. Expect dignity to be in every home. In the next, from now to September. Is it how many months?
7 months.
Yeah, in the next 7 months, we're working on a big project with one of the biggest retail. I don't want to mention their names yet. They'll be helping us to move the product and to make it. We're about to sign the biggest deal for Dignity with one of the biggest retail store in Africa. So yeah, and the plant, we're working on having the plant here. The manufacturing, the production, the full production now will be happening here, which means more jobs will be created and more trainings for our sales agent. I'm glad I met Mr. Stan. He will be now frequent in our offices. So it will be more and more training and we'll need him.
Then must I charge commission for this introduction?
And Mr. Mahope as well. Expect your speakers. We will be in touch because as soon as with expansion, there are challenges. It comes with challenges, you know. And I want my team to be better prepared. That's why we'll be spending more of our resources into personal development. So they must expect, our people will be dignified, got dignity, and we have liners which are unisex. So there will be more men using our liners.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even want to ask more. I don't know how that's going to work.
That's another project. Yeah, that's a project.
Where can people find you? Follow you?
I am available on all social media platforms as Vivian Mokome. And they're more than welcome to come to our office. Now I've got an office. It's a Lani Posh office in Sentin, Rivonia. You're more than welcome to come there. Come and buy dignity. Don't support dignity, but come and buy dignity. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any final message to the audience? And I would ask, what's the one thing you want them to remember about the interview? So, if this was the last interview you ever did, it's not the last interview, obviously. But if you wanted people to remember something about you in this interview, or to remember anything that you think is important for them to remember, what would it be?
If they want to start a business, they must start. They mustn't wait for a perfect moment. They mustn't wait until they have an office. Start. Start wherever you are. What is more important is that you must start. Imagine if I waited for an office, if I waited for a plant, will there be dignity today? No. So start wherever you are. Don't wait for a perfect moment. There will never be a perfect moment. And I want them to remember this. Vivian is a risk taker. I am a risk taker. And I don't think I would be where I am if I didn't take any risk. Take the risk. Anyway, life is about risk. It's a risk that I'm even sitting in this chair. You know, it's a risk that we are here. Everything in life is about taking a risk. Do it. But it must be a risk that is well planned, a risk that is attainable. Don't just I didn't just wake up and say, I'm going to start my own pets. I started selling someone else's pets. I made money. And then from there, I started my own. And because I had the money, I didn't have to wait for anybody else to fund me. You understand what I'm saying? So I had my own money. I started the project with my own money. It's only now that the funding is coming. Only now. So do that. So that was more of manageable. I planned I planned my stuff. I also planned my exit from corporate. I didn't just wake up and resign. And I know many people, they will wake up and say, oh, Vivian said we must resign. She started selling. No, it was planned. I knew when it was time for me to leave. And how did I know? I already had enough. I was making more than what they were paying me annually per week. You understand? Then what they were paying me annually as an IT executive, I was making that per week. And I've been making that per week for 2 years. And then I had more than enough. It was okay for me to leave. So it's good to take risk, but it must be a calculative risk. You don't just wake up and resign and wake up and start a business. Then you'll be frustrated. So when I didn't get funding, I had my own money. I didn't wait for ANC. I didn't wait for anybody to give me tenders. I had my own money to start what I have. And I was working with what I have and what I could afford. I couldn't afford to have my own expensive office then. I didn't have an office. But I didn't go around and tell everyone that I don't have an office. When they ask who's your PA, I didn't say it's my husband, but my husband played that role of a PA. He was answering and taking calls like a PA. It's only now people now know the secret that there was never a PA. But all this time they thought there was a PA. So the business was still working. So that's what I want them to take out of this interview. Start wherever you are. You don't have to start big. Find any legit product or any legit concept. Nobody's going to come and fund your dreams. Trust me, no one. No one is going to fund your plan, your business plan. People, they fund something that is already working, that is already moving. It's only now that everybody now wants to come and invest into dignity. But a plan that hasn't started, because the first thing will be, when will we get our return on investment? That's a fact. If we fund this thing, our witness, will we get back our money? After how long? But now with dignity, because already I have financial statements in place, there's already money that is coming in. I'm able to show the projection that within a year, I'll be able to pay you back this loan that you are giving to me. But then I didn't have that. So start wherever you are. If you're gonna wait for a perfect moment or for anybody else to fund your business plan, forget it. Nobody cares. In fact, they don't care. That's the truth. They do not care. I also do not care. You know how many people that they are coming to my inbox and say, Vivian, give us money. We want to start this business. I do not care. The first thing I do, that's the truth. What I tell them is, if I give you a purse to sell, will you sell it?
Sell something.
And if they say no, then I'm like, are you expecting me to sell the pets and to come and find your dreams?
Ooh.
So the same way I feel about those people, I believe that's how the government feels about me. So that's why I had to start and come up with my business, the business that is working. Now I can knock, and I've done that. Now I've drawn a business plan, and I'm definitely sure they will fund the plant. That's it.
Powerful stuff. You know what I like about what you just said, that nobody is going to fund anything unless you start and grow it.
Yeah.
So I received a message from a top guy in one of the banks.
Mm.
And it's quite a funny message. It's an email. And he says to me, I wanted you to know that I'm watching It's More Than Just Money and I'm rooting for it.
Mm.
So in my mind, I'm like, okay, so this is a top person in a bank.
Mm.
And they are saying, we are watching. So meaning you can't watch something that doesn't exist.
Something that is not playing. It must be there.
So
It
meaning
must
he's saying to me, he's waiting for the right moment.
yes.
I don't know what moment it is, but he's waiting for that moment. Understand what I mean?
Now you can charge. Now you don't have to go and speak for free.
No, I never speak for free.
No, but I'm saying now,
With
yes.
banks, I'll speak for free for you,
No,
for
but
Stan, for Mr. Mokome.
no, but when Stan charged you, not anymore, yes.
I'll come and speak for free. I don't have a problem.
No, but what I'm saying is, you have built your capacity throughout the years.
Yeah.
Now you are in a position to charge. Now you are in a position to go and look for loans. And which is what many people are failing to understand. They want to waste time writing those business plans without a business. They're writing an idea down. And I think that's why they end up stealing their ideas. Rather
Oh, yeah.
start.
Yeah, do
Start.
it.
Do it. It's there. Then they will back you up. I mean, I read a story of the guy who started the Nike. I don't know if you all watch the story of the Nike. The guy who
Nike,
started, the Nike. The
shoe
running
dog.
shoe, how it started.
Yeah.
It actually started how Dignity started. When I watched him, how they started the Nike and how he did the T on the shoes, my team, they sent it to me. They're like, Mpati, that's how we started. I said, yeah. And that's where we are going. Where Nike is, I said to them, that's where we are going. So imagine if we didn't start, if I waited for an office, if I waited for funding, if I waited for those women's league from ANC, my goodness, trust me, I'll be depressed. I'll be here for hours saying bad things about our government.
I was not
Unnecessary
going to be
things.
here listening to you.
Exactly. But I was going to do that. Hey, our government, they don't care. But I thank God I started now. You know what I did to them last week? I sent them now the pictures of our office and the pictures of the number of sales agents that are getting paid. I said, you see now I need your support. Back me up. And they were like, wow, well done. Now there's something that we can back up.
For sure. Any, can I take questions?
Yeah.
No?
You want to
Okay.
go now?
So Nyuko is the boss, eh? The real boss when it comes to this. So he's saying no questions. So if some of you have got any questions for Viv, you'll engage her soon after we close the session. I'll take a few minutes,
Yeah.
not too long, and close off the session, and then we call it a day. We'll take some pictures, network a little bit, and we go home. And if you're watching online, thank you so much for tuning in. If that did not inspire you, I don't know what's gonna inspire you. You have to find it underneath the rock somewhere. But for myself and my team, broadcasting from the It's More Than Just Money Business and Property Seminar in Johannesburg, South Africa. It's More Than Just Money. We'll see you in the next episode. Remember to click on that subscribe button, share the video, and click on that notifications bell. Thank you so much.